I don't get to review too often a pen of this caliber. The opportunity was presented to me and I took it. Welcome. It's your host Amy from PenVenture, and I'd like to start with a big, huge thank you to the font pen community, because this video review is possible only through you guys. So let's get going. Today we are going to review a Urushi font pen from Taccia. Well, Taccia as a brand, it's a company based in Japan that develops font pens in two tiers, entry level ones, and they do have amazing Urushi ones in the upper tier in regards of pricing. This review is featuring one of the high tiers font pens from Taccia, and that is the Yakumo Nuri Artist Proof in Dark Red Gold Urushi. And I'm not going into details explaining what is Urushi, because many of you are familiar with the term, but it implies to have the whole surface of the font pen covered in a layer of, or more layers of, Urushi lacquer. So let's get going. This is the box in which the pen is presented, and this is the first time that I'm seeing a Taccia box, and we have a label right here with all of the informations. Let's slide the wooden box, and many of the Urushi font pens from Japan are shipped inside the wood box. This is very interesting. We have Taccia engraved on the lid. First of all, we have this limited lifetime mechanical warranty card, and it explains what does it mean, how to proceed in needing some repairs and all of that. And on the back of it we have the certificate of purchase, and here on the model we have artist proof, date of purchase, and also the dealer's stamp. Moving forward, inside we have this pen kimono, and this is labeled with Taccia. On the back we have Japan, and this is a very safe and generic way to store or to carry the pen with you. For example, like this, and you can put this inside your pocket, and it's quite durable, and the inside is soft. And also inside we have the pen. I did my research, and Yakumo Nuri, it actually is the technique of Urushi used for this pen, and it's translated to thick cloud layer. And I'm going to try to show you this actual technique, and I'm going to use also a few close-up videos. And as you can see, it's not only visual but tactile. The whole surface of the pen is covered inside this red dark Urushi, and we have clouds of yellowish brownish colors that are floating inside, and also we have some gold dust, and it's just mesmerizing to watch. This review is only possible by the grace of a good friend of mine, which wanted to have this pen listed on the PenVenture website and send it out here. Unfortunately, this pen is not available anymore because another friend of mine bought it before arriving and being listed on the website, and I was left with the opportunity of at least reviewing it. I will show you the pen in details, then we will head over to a size comparison, then we will have a writing sample, and in the end I will show you a few thoughts about this font pen, why I think it's cool, why I think it's not suited for myself, and all of that. Both ends of the pen are flat. Then we can probably observe that the color variation of the Urushi lacquer at the finial is pretty impressive, and the edge is well polished. Moving along, we have this clip which is generic to Taccia. It has a slight hourglass shape. On both ends it's round, and in the middle it's a little bit thinner. The cap runs straight. There is no tapering, there is no slight alteration in the way it's continuing. It's flat. from one end to the other. You can observe how pretty is this material and how this amazing colors blend so well together. And for me, it's an autumn pen because it features all of the colors of autumn, starting from a brownish red, going down to a brown, light brown, then into a yellow, and with a few gold dust sparkles. It's just amazing. It's an autumn color for me. And probably I like this pen a lot because autumn is my favorite season of them all. I'm human and I make mistakes, and I forgot one of the most important aspects regarding the cap, and this part is recorded into the video editing of this review. And I want to say that this cap is featuring a slip and seal mechanism, and this feature will ensure that your nib won't dry out. No matter how much time you leave the pen closed on your desk, each and every time you remove the pen to start writing, the nib won't be dry because it's completely sealed inside the cap. Then we have one complete turn and we uncap the pen. And this is where I want to point out something. If you watch inside the cap, you will see the heart of the fountain pen, because the whole body of this fountain pen is made out of plain black ebonite, upon which the Urushi lacquer is applied. And you can see that inside the cap and also on the threads of the cap that are on the barrel. The gold nibs of Taccia are provided by Sailor, so you get a full Japanese experience when you are writing with a nib like this. The visual is on point. This is quite pretty. It's a two-tone gold nib, and we have embossed on this nib Taccia, the logo of the company, 14 karat, 585, Japan. And on the left shoulder at the base, we have the HF marking, standing for the size of the tip. Moving forward, we have the usual Sailor ABS feed, and this provides a very well balanced flow. It's not too wet, not too dry, just perfect. The shape of the section is quite ergonomic, and it's a little bit longer, and it has that feature that is preventing the fingers from slipping towards the nib. I find this section to be very comfortable, and the actual diameter of the section is 10 millimeters. So this is something that I really like and find very comfortable in writing. Anything more than 10 millimeters, if we go above 12, let's say, I don't feel that comfortable for myself. The cap threads, and these are very, very pronounced. They are not sharp, although they are looking quite sharp, they are not. You can totally grip the pen by those threads. Let's go and see the filling system of this pen, and it is a cartridge converter. I have some ink inside, and this is SBRE brown. It's a very, very easy to operate and convenient system for a fountain pen that I grown to like a lot lately. Although the barrel is made out of ebonite, I'm not sure if you can use this pen as an eyedropper, because this part is made out of metal near the section right here, the threads. And just to be sure, don't try this. Let's put the pen together, and now let's get to see the beauty of the Urushi coating on the barrel. And this thing is impressive. It is impressive. Let me tell you that I adore this kind of colors and the Urushi coating, and also the tactile feedback that you get, because this is not a polished surface. Although it's lacquer, you can see it's 3D and you can actually spot a few shapes. I've did some research, and although it's called an artist proof, and I've seen that the end it's marked with 00 of 50, there is a few pens available, but not in the same color. There are only one of them made in this color. I've seen another one in with a green background, a white, creamish white one, a blue one, but that's it. Other than this 3 or 4 pens, there are none other made. So this is why it's called an artist proof. I'm sorry because I don't know too many things about the actual techniques that are involved in creating such a beautiful writing instrument, but I promise I will learn a lot more, and in the next Urushi fountain pen review I will know a lot more than I know today. It is time to put the pen side by side with other pens in order to grasp the overall proportions. Then we will move into a writing sample, and in the end I will share you my thoughts regarding this one. Here we have Taccia standing next to other pen models from left to right: Leonardo Momento Zero Blue Hawaii, Omas Ogiva Alba, Taccia, Visconti Watermark, Montegrappa 1930 Extra, Visconti Pen Venture Exclusive Homo Sapiens, and Leonardo Furore Blue Abyss. Now let's have some measurements. The pen is measuring 150 millimeters closed, 132 millimeters uncapped. This is not a postable pen. The diameter of the grip is 10 millimeters, and the weight of the pen, fully inked and capped, 31 grams, and uncapped 17 grams. Taccia Artist Proof Yakumo Nuri in dark red gold Urushi, of course. Then we have the ink, and this is SBRE Brown. And shout out to my man Stephen Brown. Your ink is really nice. The nib is 14 karat gold, hard medium, and these nibs are made by Sailor for Taccia, so they are very interesting, and I'm going to explain why and how. Now this is how wet is this nib, and I don't consider it as being too wet. And like all Japanese nibs that I tried, in my experience, the flow is very well tamed. Now let's see how we do in the flex department. And those nibs are marked hard, and they're not too elastic. They do offer a small line variation, but I don't advise you to push even harder than I did. I zoomed in so you guys can see better. And the nib is well balanced. It does write smoothly with a hint of a feedback, that Japanese feedback that everyone is looking for. And it's really interesting and lovely. Now let's try out to see how it writes in reverse. So we have in normal writing a medium, and in reverse, wow, it's surprisingly smooth. I would consider it as being a extra fine, and the nib is nice. I would see myself owning a nib like this for sure. I hope you enjoyed the writing sample with the Taccia, and now let's get to the point. First of all, I would say that this was a pen that I was eager to experience in person. They are impressive. Let me tell you that they don't disappoint from any aspect. Visual, in the way they are writing, in the quality of the Urushi lacquer, in the quality of the trim, in the quality of the build. It's not disappointing in any of those aspects. By now you know me that I'm a huge lover, collector of Italian writing instruments. Well, don't be that sure, because after spending a few weeks with this pen, I'm beginning to look after more Urushi pens. The only thing that breaks the deal for me regarding this pen would be the thickness of the pen. And I say this because I once owned a Denny Trio short Genkai or short Genkai, and there is a video review. I will link it up here. You can watch this. If I would have to compare this pen to the Denny Trio, I would say that the Denny Trio was an oversized version of this one right here. That is probably why I loved that pen more than I liked this one. This is what I wanted to showcase in this review. I hope you liked it. The pen is unfortunately not available anymore, but you can find more on consignment pieces, and I'm going to leave a link for the entire section down here. You can go there and check out. We have a few other on consignment pens that are. If you want to be updated when pens like this show up in our inventory before going public, send me a text on WhatsApp at this number right here with your name and the country, because we will insert your contact details into our WhatsApp list, and there we send links for special things before heading out to the website, discount codes, links for our videos. You will know everything about PenVenture. Plus, you will have a direct line of communication with myself. Also works if you are scanning this code when you are adding a new contact in WhatsApp. Send me a text with your name and country. Well, this is it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you find it useful. If you did so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Yet again, subscribe to the PenVenture YouTube channel by clicking here and turn the notification bell on. If you want to see more quality content from us, click here. This is a video review of our latest brand that we added on our website, Scribo, and their Feel collection. My name is Emi, and I look forward to seeing you next video. Bye bye, take care.